Oh my
Hello.
God. Hello. How are you?
How
Oh
are
my God.
you?
I'm good.
How old are you?
I'm 29.
29. All right. So, you got a question for me or you're calling on topic?
That's a lot. I actually have a date tomorrow, so this is important. I even said it as this lady was going off. I was like, I have a date tomorrow. I really want to ask him a question.
Go ahead. Do you have any children?
Um, no, I have no children.
Okay.
29.
Hmm.
My situation's a little bit different because I'm African American. I might not look it due to lighter skin, but I have an issue with the way people are turned off when I say I'm black. I'm black. And it's like, no, don't say that. And it's because of the, I guess, content that women are known for and obviously some of the characteristics. And I'm proud of it, but I know that there are things I need to work through. I
Let me,
am interested in,
hold
sorry,
on. You're turned off by people when you say you're black?
I'm turned off at the way that they don't accept that I'm black. They would prefer that I'm mixed. I think
Who
they
are we?
look,
What person are you talking about?
just in dating, you're Spanish. Are you black and white?
Where are you meeting these people?
It
This is
could just be in
so
public.
you're turned off by a man. It's not
I'm.
by people. It's by,
I
because how
guess
often
it's the
does this happen?
content. It's the content. It's the
No, no,
content
no, no,
of
no,
the.
no. How
Okay.
often does this happen?
Almost all the time.
So when you meet a man, is he a black man?
It could be black. He could be Spanish.
So when it comes up your race, they're like, "No, you're not black. You're something else."
Yeah.
And you think that people are saying, "I don't understand what you're saying. I don't understand why it's
Okay.
an issue."
Well. Okay. Again, I will go back to what I wanted to say. I was adopted, so I was raised by white people. I saw a different type of lifestyle. I know you talk about homes where black people
Make it
aren't
simple.
married.
Make it simple. You got to make it simple. What's the issue?
Okay, well, the issue here is I'm interested in sticking with a black man. I'm going on a
Hmm.
date with a black man. I don't have
Hmm.
any kids myself. He doesn't have any
Okay.
kids.
Okay.
And I'm interested in pursuing that. I
Okay.
am let down, though, through some of the experiences that I've had with black men. And I
It ain't got
don't
nothing to do with him.
go ahead.
It has nothing to do with him.
Okay. I'm interested in still pursuing a black man and, of course, having a family.
Okay.
Um, the
But
thing,
if you come into new situations judging people based upon stuff they didn't do, what makes you any different?
that's true. I mean, I don't want to judge.
The very thing you're saying people do, people have made judgments based upon other stuff. Self-sabotaging. How'd you meet this person?
I met this person online.
All right. And you've never gone out with them.
No, this will be our first date.
So I gotta ask,
Okay.
why are you putting so much pressure or importance on a first date with somebody you've never met?
Well, no, I guess I'm saying I'm worried. I'm interested in getting married. Like, I don't
Okay.
have any kids. Also, I guess the number one thing is I
But
don't
but you
want.
can't put this much pressure
Okay.
on a first date.
Okay.
You don't know this man. I
I know.
mean, I think what you're okay. Fear, scarcity, and loss and lack. You're going into a first date, and he thinks he's meeting somebody. You got all this stuff going on. So he could say something, and because you're on extra brittle, you interpret it the wrong way.
Okay.
Why? Have you allowed, have your has your dating experience been negative?
Um. So I would say negative just because they didn't work out, but not negative in a full sense that they weren't something I didn't learn from.
What do you mean they didn't work out?
Meaning that I didn't get to stay with the people I invested the time in.
How much time are we talking about?
First relationship was one that came out of high school, but was for years, so probably close to almost 8 years.
Okay, so You're 29. You were in an 8-year relationship.
I was probably only like 15, 16 when I started dating this person.
But you were 29 and you were in an 8-year relationship. You were with him until, what's going on with the volume over
Can you hear me?
there? Yeah, yeah. So I'm getting all kind of red flags.
Okay.
Like it's just too much pressure. I mean, you were in an 8-year relationship out of high school. Okay, but it was over at how, 23, 24?
Yeah.
All right. And what's the longest? Have you had a relationship since then?
Yes, I have. I've had two since then.
How long?
The first one, the one after that was probably only about a good 2 years. And then the
2 years.
following.
Why didn't y'all get married?
Um, that was a little more stressful just because my mom had passed away. And
2 years.
yes,
And then how long was your next relationship?
3 years.
Okay. So now I get it. You don't know how to date.
Okay.
You're an attacher. You attach. And that now it makes sense. You're already
Attach
trying to
or
make
detach? Did you say attach or
you
detach?
attach. You're already trying to make this person you ever gone out with be the one. Have you ever had any therapy?
No, I'm interested in
Yeah,
doing.
you should do that before you go on a date.
Okay.
Because it's not normal to attach that heavily to somebody. You had an 8-year, a 2-year, and a 3-year. So by my math, that's 13 years.
Okay.
And you're meeting somebody online, which is fine, but
Yeah.
meeting somebody online should just be getting to know that person. I think you meet the baseline qualifications. I want to see if you're attractive enough, if there's any chemistry.
Okay.
But you're going into this with all this stuff bubbling in your head.
Well, I
And you've
definitely
only been
don't
in
want to.
three, you've been in relationships for 16 years. Doesn't make any sense.
Well, the whole purpose for me, anytime that I do date, is that I want a family. Like, I don't.
I get it. But okay, I get what you say you want.
Okay.
But then you go back to your relationships. You've had 2 relationships, one of 2 years, one of 3 years. And you didn't marry either one of those men. Why not?
We took our time. We got
There's
to.
no
I mean,
taking your time. You weren't dating with intention. See, this bullshit of taking our time, you wasted time.
well, what would you?
How long does it take to know whether or not you should marry somebody?
Well, that's the thing. I can feel sure about somebody. I
How
can
long
give
does
them.
it take? How long in general do you think it should take?
For me to decide, I'm saying I think I could probably decide maybe in a couple months, maybe close to like 6 to 8 months, maybe.
So why are you doing 2 and 3 year situations?
Well, like I was gonna say, we would date, then eventually we would move in.
There's no moving in. We don't shack.
Well, that's that. I guess that was the way my life was going. I wasn't able to live with family the entire time. When my mom
No,
passed, I had to
no,
find my
no,
own place
no,
to
no.
stay.
This sounds, ma'am. Okay, I'm gonna stop this right here,
Okay.
ma'am. I'm wearing unhealthy attachments and codependence.
Okay.
Look, dating should be fun. Shouldn't look like you're looking right now. Like, oh my God, and if you're with somebody for 2 years, if the man doesn't want to marry you, you don't want to marry him, you end it. But you can't do that if you're living with somebody and depending upon their income.
Okay. I understand what you say by depending on the income, but the way that situation went, I wasn't depending on theirs. I actually had the
It doesn't really
inheritance.
matter, ma'am. I don't really care. It
Okay.
doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is,
How do I change this? I guess
you
that's
need
really what I want
therapy
to know.
because this is your. I'm not a clinician,
Okay.
but I'm listening to a woman who had a long relationships. You're attaching to people who aren't attaching to you, I guess. I don't know how to tell you to change it, but you need to understand what's going on. And that's not what this is for. This is a dating. You need to sit down with a clinician
Okay.
because it's not normal to 8-year, 2-year, 3-year, and you moved in with both people. And now you're on the dating scene. I don't think you need to be dating, because the way you came in here talking about it, you're gonna make him the next person you live with.
Again, I
I
think
guess why you say you want to be married and all this other stuff. I don't care.
okay.
You're not healthy enough up here to be doing all this.
How
Getting
so?
married getting married does what? It does not change who we are.
Okay, so can I ask you a question?
Ma'am,
What?
I'm trying not to go too deep into this because it changes the energy of this show. You should
Okay.
book a session if you want something else. But ma'am, all I hear about is what you want. Getting married doesn't change who you are.
Okay.
Making babies with somebody doesn't change who you are. It only makes it more serious.
Oh, I know. I
So you
actually
need to know who you are and get whatever's going on in your head at least understood before you get out here in the market and confuse it with somebody else and children.
okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.